So thank you so much for joining us today. We had never met before. We haven't really exchanged any communication. It was really serendipitous that we, were introduced in the last couple of days here. So thank you for joining us. Maybe we can start with just a round of introductions, if that's okay. Junyao, do you want to start?
Hello, I'm Junyao. I'm from Culture Sharing Technology, and we basically have three major parts as I talked before. So we have IPS.Founder, which is a huge Chinese IPFS community that we do meet up. We translate all the command lines and white papers, and also we do workshop for junior developers. And we also have a research institute that study takes business and laws and policies with government, businessmen, and also universities. And also we have a web media called IPFSfirst.com that covers every single piece of news about IPFS. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Neo G. I'm from IPFS Maine, which is the private-owned company headquartered in Shenzhen, China. We are doing a lot of translation work, and at the same time, we are building short video D app, hopefully based on the IPFS and the LIPS P2P.
Hello, my name is Celia. Actually, I'm a big fan for after TEDx San Francisco, like 2016. Actually, I'm from DAG community. We are actually focused on developing the distributed and shared cloud based on the IPFS infrastructure. For myself, actually, I'm the only woman here. I'm a tech lover. I'm a sailor. I'm a venture. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jacky. I come from China. And we have built a community named FM. And we run this community more than a half year. And now we have more than 10,000 members. And you can believe this IPFS is very new so far as we keep learning. But in China, it's very hot. So we need more information, more talk knowledge to to communicate. Yeah, thank you.
Excellent. So I understand, many of you have started building applications on top of IPFS. So maybe, Neo, you can highlight some of the ones that you've done, and Celia, you can highlight a couple applications that you built.
Okay. I'm not really allowed to say that much, and I'm not really a technical person. But the short video D app we're building, we're thinking about building on the Ethereum network, and at the same time, people can earn the tokens by publishing the videos and getting the thumb ups. And also, for sure, if you want to watch the video, you have to spend some of your tokens.
Thank you so much. Actually, I just take one photo, and we have like a app for based on the IPFS. I just take a photo and just upload. Yeah. And then I think there's a hash somewhere on my friend's phone, and there's a hash code. Come here. Yeah.
That is awesome.
This is like one function we're developing now. We are actually community really applying the IPFS technology for what we really can benefit for society.
Excellent. Maybe we can highlight your favorite meetup in China that you've organized. Maybe Junyao, you can go first.
Last month, our community had a wonderful open course in Xiamen University, which is a very famous university in Xiamen, and we have like more than 100 students who really enjoyed topics about the new web, how IPFS work, and how they will change the internet and eventually maybe change the society. And the people are very excited about this new technology.
Jacky?
Yes, we also run the community. We also focus on the app learning. Yeah, Now, one of our member is under to make a project like a GPU sharing. Yeah, to take the GPU to share to the company like some AI counting. Yeah, one part is can use IPFs to storage a file, share the storage. Yes, thank you.
Great. So I figured while you're here, you might be able to ask a couple questions to Juan, maybe one or two on IPFS and one or two on Filecoin. I know we're really short on time. So Jacky, do you want to start?
Yes. Why I come here is number one, I want to get more information, the technology, the processing, and you can show that in China it's too hot. I think it's too hot, and some people now is losing money. Yeah, because they have buy the machine, it's waiting already. And the other way is we want the environment to be better. Yes, we push the technology, the app. We learn more. So what I want to know is if we have some standard class for them and some warning for them and to let people make more clear. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. So, and hopefully this will, is a message that kind of travels wide. The parameters for the computation and storage that Filecoin will need to do, which are needed to understand what is the best hardware fit, are not clear yet. So it is not possible yet to figure out what is the best possible mining hardware for Filecoin, which means you should wait until we know what those parameters are and we publish them, and wait until that happens to start getting mining equipment. You can count on the fact that it's going to involve disks. It's going to involve some amount of we'll need to be able to do some proofs. We're still working on the ratios between these two. We're trying to get as much computation out, but we know that it's going to involve some snarks in the worst case. In the better case, we can move towards something like bulletproofs or snarks. But if not, then we'll stick with snarks. So that means that we'll need to at least do some of that computation. So there may be, that either will be a CPU or a GPU, and we're trying to get the ratio down so that you can have tons of disks for each CPU or each GPU, but we don't know what those ratios are yet. So any kind of mining machine that is built now is not necessarily going to be perfect. So wait until that happens before investing deeply in any kind of hardware. We're working on getting those, but we can't say exactly when that'll happen. Hopefully in the next 2-3 months, but it could be as far out as 5 or 6 months. So.
Thank you.
So I have a question about the Chinese community and the IPFS ecosystem building. So does Protocol Lab has any plan or intent to take part in the community building or establishment? If yes, how will you want to take part in that?
That's a great question. We definitely want to take part in community building in China and in everywhere in the world. We are still figuring out what the best way to do that is. We know there's a lot of communities forming, both for IPFS, for Filecoin, for other projects. Some communities kind of are interested in all of them. We're thinking of potentially organizing conferences there in the future. In the meantime, we think just supporting the meetups is great. So if you're organizing a meetup, get in touch with us. We can help you out and support. In the future, we're going to figure out ways to visit and come give talks there, and then actually meet with a lot of the people that are out there. We don't know what that looks like yet, and right now we should just be focused entirely on building. So once we have everything ready, then we can talk about us coming over. In the meantime, meetups.
Time for one more question.
One more, okay. I'm going to ask about one question about the Filecoin. So how important is ZK Snarks to the Filecoin mining, and what kind of level you guys are targeting to bring it low?
Yeah, so I think I just mentioned that, so I'll just mention it again. We need to do some proofs. So that means in the worst case, ZK Snarks. In the best case, it would be something like bulletproofs or Starks. But those, and that's because of the trusted setup, right? So we don't want, ideally we don't want any kind of trusted setup at all. But snarks end up being more efficient in some aspects. So yeah, right now the current design, and if you go read the Filecoin paper, it calls for snarks. So there will be some involved, but the important thing here is there's a ratio here where really a miner only has to do those kinds of proofs for sealing sectors and for doing the proof of spacetime. So the proof of spacetime, which calls into proofs of replication. We want to limit the amount that those proofs, we want to get into a spot where a single miner is only doing has one core dedicated to that. But it'll place an upper bound on the amount of storage related to that. We want that ratio to be as high as possible, right? Like ideally, it's just purely a ton of hardware and only one process doing proofs. But there is a ratio there that is also limited by the network connectivity of these machines. So if you're imagining a warehouse with tons of racks of hardware, then it might be that a rack has a bunch of disks and hopefully one GPU. But it could be as bad as we have one rack unit with a bunch of disks and one GPU. But we don't know yet. So once we know, we'll publish that information and we have a clear picture of what mining will look like, and from there we can optimize.
Thanks, Juan.
Yep. I think we're out of time. We can take it offline. Thank you very much. I really want to thank you personally for, first of all, coming out all the way here, chatting with us, and just forming communities. I think that's great. So thank you.